Oh dear. Well, I dropped the whole thing then. That was funny. Well, not so funny if I dropped it. Hello! That was funny. I was trying so hard to get it all set up nicely, and then I flipped the stand a little. Sorry. Just get myself happening. Welcome if you're watching. Just get myself watching, and I can hear that I have sound, which is really awesome. So that's good. I'll turn that sound off. Great. Now I need my right glasses on so I can read things. They're my reading ones, but I can't read from a distance with those on. So I have to have my normal glasses on so I can see the comments in front of me. So tonight I thought I'd look at some of the things in the new catalogue, touch on Sale-A-Bration as well, and talk about what you can put in a starter kit if you wanted to join Stampin' Up. So we'll talk about that a bit later, and I'll get into a kit and show you a kit and have a play with that. That's all good. So I'm Fiona Fernandez of Byfihandcrafts, and I'm a Stampin' Up independent demonstrator as well. So I do lots of different crafts for hobby as well as selling things, and that keeps me very busy. So my team for Stampin' Up is called the Busy Bees, and I have 3 team members at the moment, which is really fun, and we get together and craft sometimes. Some of them join in my classes, which is always great fun, and anyone else is welcome to join in the classes. If you're a team member, you get a special discount, so that's something to keep in mind. And also being a team member means you get your own discount from Stampin' Up, which is the main reason I joined, of course. And it's just been lots of fun since then, and I'm on a great team as well with Mandy Witherby, who's a wonderful team leader, and we meet with her team as well. So yeah, it's lots of fun. So tonight I'm going to be looking at the You Are Amazing project kit, and I've actually sort of done a little I'll show you this on the table afterwards, but I've just done a little spreadsheet to talk about what you could put into a starter kit with some of the new items out of the new catalogue as well. And just to give you an idea, when I first joined, I did leave it to the last minute when I did it, and it was when there was a great special on, like there's another great special on now, but I had to make up my mind really fast what I wanted to put in the kit. So that was a bit challenging because there's a lot of things in the catalogues which are very nice, and it's good to have a sit down and look at it if you're interested in doing that. So is anyone crafting with me tonight? That'd be good if you are. Or if you're not, that's fine too. You can just sit back and relax. I'll just pull this out of the box because I haven't opened it yet. And so this is a project kit that's on, here's my catalogue. This one is on page, it's very early in the catalogue, hang on. It's on page 7 in this mini catalogue. Looks like that. And this is a kit that has, it's called a project kit. So it has things in it to make the cards, 16 cards, and I'll show you in a minute what's in there. And to go with it, you buy the additional product. So you can buy the additional stamp set to go with it. So it doesn't come with it, you pay extra for the stamp set, and also for the inks and adhesives you need to buy them separately as well with this one. There are other kits in the catalogue. I'll probably show this one next week. I've bought that one this week, which looks very nice too. Hello dear friend. But I'll show you that on the table too when I put the camera up over the table, and we'll just have a look at the difference between them. So that one comes with an ink spot as well as a little stamp block, and there's some stamps in there as well. So you can't buy those stamps separately, you can only get those ones in the kit, whereas this one is a project kit. I'll just grab it out of the box. Hi Jill, just talking about what it's like to join Stampin' Up tonight and look at the project kits and suggested starter kits. So the project kit comes with a little brochure in it, and it shows you some samples of cards so you can put them together. You can also just, you know, make it up as you go along, whatever suits you. But the idea of it, of course, is that you don't have to think about it too hard, and if you've never done stamping or making cards before, it's a good way to start. Oh wow, I hadn't opened this yet, and I did know the colour involved. So I wore the colour. But that is really pretty. I'll have to get that under the camera later, but I don't know if you can see it from there, but it's got a real shiny little line on it. So they actually put it in a gift box so that you can give it as a gift as well. If you wanted to, you could just give it as a gift like that. You could take it out of that box and put a nice bow on it, or you could make up the cards and send the cards out and then use the box as a gift box for one of your gifts. That is a really nice solid little box. Just tip it out so I don't damage the box. There's the box. That is so pretty. Oh, love that colour. I think that's staying here in this room. That is really gorgeous. I love it. And it's always, looking in the catalogue, it looks like that. But when you get it in your hands and look at it, most of the time I find, once you open it up and look at it for real, it's like, wow. It's often so much better than you thought it was. So it comes with a little twine. Oh, you'll see all this when I put the camera up. I will put the camera up in a minute. I just thought I'd open them while we're just waiting for a few people to jump in and join me. Oh, are you doing any crafting today, Jill? Let's grab these out. Plastic stuck. Oh, these are pretty. Chuck all the rubbish on the floor. Don't worry, I'll pick it up. I did vacuum. So these are just some of the sample cards. You get 4 of each, I think it is, because there's 16 cards. There's some vellum in there. There's some more pretty cards. They're green on one side and striped on the other. And they're just white inside. This one matches the box. Look. Wow, look at that one. They're pretty. What else have we got? We've got envelopes, of course, to go with them all, and the envelopes have colour inside of them as well, so that's nice. I think there's probably different colours, maybe they're all the same colour. And we've got some plain pretty peacock colour cards, and there's different colours in the envelopes to match up with your cards. And I think there's only the 2 colours, that one and that one. Very nice. The colours will be written on something. On something. Not at the moment, that's fine. Grab a cuppa, have fun with me. I can't see the colours right now because I haven't got reading glasses on. I'll look at the colours, they're in the catalogue. The colours written in the catalogue, let me move my glasses, are Floaty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green, Mango Melody and Pretty Peacock. They're the 4 main colours there. Whether they're in the set. Of course you can coordinate a few other lighter and darker with it. And they do come with lots of, there's a card, you can stick that on the front or something. And other pieces. There's some shiny pieces to match this one. Look at that. And this, that's like the stamp, postage stamp cut out die. There's a punch. Oh, looks similar to that. That's just a bit bigger. And what else have we got? More of the same, oh yep, there's some more tags and things. So there's lots of bits and pieces in there to make up all the things you need. And you just do the stamping. Right, what's at the back here? Oh, gold. There's some gold in there. Gold, we found gold. Who would have thought? There's some stars in there. They're panels. They're not single stars. It's a whole panel of stars. And there's some extra vellum in the back. That's about it. So they're already cut out. Everything's already cut out. You don't have to, unless you want to change the shape of it, but they're already cut. So these ones are cut. You just pop them out to use them. Lovely. Right. Now I'm going to have to put them all back somewhere, aren't I? No, just leave them all around. Leave them on the table because I'm going to use them in a minute. And we're going to make a card. So the other things I thought of with, if you wanted to join Stampin' Up, even if you don't, if you want to purchase anything, you're welcome to. You don't have to join. But if you were to join and got a starter kit, so you can put whatever you want in your starter kit out of the catalogues, as long as it adds up to no more than $235. So you only pay $169 and you get the rest for free. You get $80 worth of business material as well if you wanted to do it as a business and sell things. That's up to you, and run classes and things like that. I really enjoy doing that. And the other thing is in Sale-A-Bration at the moment. Where's my Sale-A-Bration gone? There it is. I see it on the table. I did show this in a video yesterday as well, if you want to look at the whole catalogue there. But in the back of it, they've got a special joining feature this January, February, while Sale-A-Bration is on. So if you join, you get all these extra 5 packets of DSP that's coming out in the catalogue later in the year. You get a special preview of it if you join now. So that's $100 worth extra on top of what you normally get, which is really good deal if you wanted to join. And the benefits of joining, of course, are getting having great friends and meeting lovely people at On Stage, and just getting the discount is a really good thing. You get 20% discount straight up. You do need to meet monthly or quarterly minimums, so that is in the program, and I'm happy to talk to anyone about it. So let's get crafting. I'll just go and put the camera up on the top. I'll be right back. Now I'm hoping my sound is much better this week. Can't even see the paper on the table. I've covered it all up. Oh dear. Let me move something. Let me move that beautiful box so I can see the paper. Get myself centered. I did take the microphone back and got it checked, and we worked out that I'll move that over a bit, I think, that the plug that plugs into my iPad, it seems we don't want Siri on. Okay. Yeah, so I've had trouble with my sound, as some of you all know, along the way, and I got it sorted this week. So it's the plug into the iPad seems to be a problem with the sound, like it doesn't know it's plugged in. I have to that's why I have to re-plug it in all the time. So I'm just starting now, plugging it in once I've turned it on. So I'm hoping you can still hear me, and I'll just check my sound. Yeah, I can still hear me, so please give me a thumbs up if you can still hear me fine after I've moved that thing, and that'd be really good. Let me have a look. Right, I'm going to get into these things, and we're going to work out which one we're going to use. Sorry, I've just got to send a message. Done. Message is done. Right. Now, let's have a look in here. Let's see which one we're going to do tonight. So we've got a few different ones on the packet. So this is how this set comes. And so as I said before, this one just comes with all these bits and pieces, but I need to have my own ink and adhesives to use it, and I bought the stamp set that goes with it as well, so that is extra. I'll just plug my iPad in as well. We don't want to go flat, do we? That'd be a bit awful. Just turn that on. Oh, the plug's got to be in the wrong spot, doesn't it? Okay. good. Thanks, Jill. I'm glad you can hear me. That always helps, doesn't it? So, which one will we make tonight? Let me have a look. I like this one. You are amazing. I might do that one, I think. So with these ones, again, you can just choose, whatever you like and make it up as you go along. Or you can choose one of these. So that's that one. To move my pretty box out of the way. And we want one of those. Just pop that over there. And we want the stamp set, which I have right in front of me. We've got some ribbon, twine. We need one of these. So the colour on this one is called, hang on a second. It's Mango Melody, this one. Mango Melody. So we want one of those. We want to find one of those pretty peacock things up the back there. So you just pop them out like this. So I'm just going to position it first and then stamp and then I'll put it all together. I think the envelope I'll want is a Mango Melody one. Just get rid of the other stuff out of the way. Right, I need a stamping thing. Do you like that? I need a sentiment tag. Oh dear. I've been getting ready for my class. I've got a class on Saturday, so I'm getting ready for that as well this week. So I've been busy. I've been a busy bee. And getting there, we're using the Simply Succulents. Right, so this one, I'll just bring that down there, has this one. That one. No, it goes the other way. Right, there we go. Is that right? No, that looks too big, doesn't it? Hang on, I might have the wrong size out. Let's get out the words. You are amazing. Oh, you know what? I haven't put my words on yet. So we'll just do that for a second. Which one is it? I can't read backwards. You are amazing. Okay, so I put my blocks on like this. Oh, can't find the garbage bin. And I get one of my stamp blocks. And I put, you are amazing. I take off, sometimes I do this, sometimes I do it by peeling half the sticker off, but tonight I'm going to do it this way. So I put the sticker, actually I'll just put that on my clothes for a second so it doesn't stick too hard on that corner. So do that to get a little bit of fluff on it so that it doesn't stick to the packet too hard, because it's really hard to get them off if you don't do that. And then I pull off the label carefully. I'm using my nails tonight, but sometimes I use my take your pick tool. And just pull that off. I do have a little video on my YouTube about this as well, and a few other little tips along the way. Trying to do more of those little ones. So then I just pop this on something. I won't do it on the white. It's harder to see on the white. I usually do it on my green mat, but I won't. I'll put a card under it so I can actually see through it. So you can see through the block. And something's wrong with my camera. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. I think that's because I moved something before. Let me just make sure that's right. Sorry about that. Right, let me try that again. But it helps if you put the stamp up the right way. See, I've got it the wrong way. You can see the shape of the stamp will match the shape of the outline of your stamp label. And I do have to get my head over this bit, so I'm hoping I'm not in the way of the camera. Alright. Now just go slowly and carefully and position it and push it down. Give it a push. And then, because I put the bit of fluff under it, I'm hoping it comes up. I don't know which side it was. Oh. Right, that'll do. Right, there we go. You are amazing. Okay, I'm going to put a bit more fluff on that off my pants. Just on this edge here, so that when we put it on here, we can lift it back up easily like that. Okay, and the other, it's good to put it down and then push the thing on it so you don't bend or warp the shape of the stamp at all when you're putting it on. With these ones, not so easy to warp them, but on the clear photopolymer stamps, it's easy to, you know, put it off a bit. So it's best to lay it flat first and then pop it down on there. So I've got You Are Amazing. I'll just move those out of the way. Get rid of a few other things off the table. Right, did I find the right size? That's what I was looking for. I think that might be this one. Yes. That's why. Now I'm going to have to make another card because I've already popped that one out. In a minute. And just clear. Oh look, I've left last week's sheet here. Being busy. Right, let's just move that. Hold that over. We'll cover that up with that. There we go. I always like to be able to see when someone's making something, if they've already got a sample, that is. I don't always have samples when I'm doing this, but I do tonight. So there's our sample. I like to have it there, especially if someone's following along. So when I do my classes, I use Zoom, and I have two of me, one you can see and one over the table like this, so that you can see what I'm doing through the class. And I keep the card on the table, I try to. And that way everyone can see, you know, if they want to go ahead of me, speed up, go faster, they can. Yes, Jill, the labels do stick very well, and if you get it wrong, it's very hard to get it off. I do believe there's a way to do it. I've read a few things, but I haven't actually tried that much yet. So they are very sticky. But I do like doing the stamp labels that way. I find it a bit easier. The other way is to peel the back. I'll do another one and I'll show you the other way in a minute. Okay, so let's have a look here. We've got this one. So tonight, now this in the book, in the catalogue, I don't know what it's got in the instructions there, but it's got to use, they've got a snail there, not a snail, what do they call that now? There's this one here, stamp and seal. They've got a stamp and seal. So I'll try using that tonight. I'm a little stamp and seal challenge some days. I'm getting better. I find it hard to get it started. So if you do find it hard to get the actual tape running, I've got a silicone craft mat, which is very handy, and you can use that. So I'm going to put this one on first, because that's the one at the bottom, and you can run this on the mat a little bit to get it started, usually. Yep, there it goes. And it doesn't stick to the mat, which is very handy. And that way you don't get glue all over everything. So if you don't have one of these little craft sheets, they're very, very useful little tools. I've actually used one for embossing some die cuts the other week in one of my lives. I embossed one of the die cuts and used the silicone mat with a bit of card in there as well, and it turned out okay. Right, there's our, so it's basically just centered in the frame there. So again, you can either measure it or just, oops daisy, so I'm always moving that paper, use your eyes. There is grid paper here, or you can get grid paper, and if you do my classes, I try and send you a grid paper. I try to remember. If we're in person, I supply the grid paper. I'm going to bring it down a little bit and just look at it. I'm just looking at the space around, and I may or may not get it right, but it'll be where it is tonight. And the other thing I do before I push it down is I turn it around See, I've got more space at the bottom than I have at the top there. I don't know if I can move that again yet, but sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. No, that's not going to come up. So I look down it like this to have a look at how straight it is. It's quite straight. I'm quite happy with the straightness of it. But I've got more space here than here. I try and get it equal, but tonight it's going to be like that. Now I've just realised I haven't got my other light on. I'll just grab that. It's always good to have light, isn't it? Rightio, is that better? I hope that's better light. Yeah, that's better. Now we can all see what I'm doing properly. Forgot to put that on. So while I'm putting this together, I did a little list up. If you wanted to join Stampin' Up while the special's on with the extra DSPs, I did a little sample. You could actually include this kit with your starter kit, and there's a few other things, so I've actually typed it up. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, let me know. Here's my little sheet, and I can send you my little list. I've got on it the card kit and the stamp set. You are amazing. The D block, you need to buy a block. It doesn't come engraved. That's a special one I got from when we did On Stage last year. Mandy gave us On Stage engraved blocks. Isn't that lovely? And I've got a block in my kit. Pretty Peacock Stampin' Up ink. What else have I got in there? Amazing Tombow. So I've actually included the liquid glue, mini Stampin' Dimensionals. So these ones are the small ones. They're like this. I'll use these in a minute. So this is what I would put in this starter kit. Okay, if I was doing it as a starter kit tonight. How much can I fit on the table? I think I can fit that in the picture. I would put that holiday rhinestone. Let me have a look where they are. Let me see if I've got mine handy. I wrote that down and didn't get them out. And these are just added things. Because you get to choose $235 worth of goods in a starter kit, you can just add in whatever you wanted. So I just decided to put a group of things together. So my basic list was not that. What you see on the table, You Are Amazing Project Kit, classic stamp assortments. Now I don't actually have those, but I've got some little ink spots like this. You can actually buy them uninked and put the ink in yourself, or you can buy the set of 8 that come in the annual catalogue. So I've included that in my little list. And what else have I got there? And then I've got the Holiday Rhinestone Basic Jewels, a Memento Black ink pad, Field of Flowers stamp set, and I didn't grab the notes. So you can buy note cards and envelopes in a packet, and that's a really good way to start off, because you can put, you don't have to buy a whole lot of cardstock and envelopes separately. They come as a pack, and I included that. And then I had an alternative as well, to not have these things in it, but to put some tools in instead. So you take your pick tool, your paper snips, the Simply Chamois, which would be clean. Mine's rather inked at the moment, but a Simply Chamois, and a bone folder. That looks like this. So you could get all of that in a starter kit. And then you also get the free designer series paper as well. So that's just a suggestion tonight. Just thought I'd let people know some ideas of what they could put in a starter kit. I've got a couple other suggestions. So if you're interested, let me know. I'll send it to you. So, where are we? Better look at my thing again. I can't see it. What have I got next? This one. Let's get my, oops, that bit off there. I'll just put that on the card, because that'll come straight off the silicone mat. See? If you get it stuck on there, it doesn't matter. Just get this started. Once I get started, I'm usually okay. Doesn't want to start tonight. Here we go. All right. Oh, that is quite sticky. quite sticky. Right, just pop that on, try and centre it. I think that's good. I'm going to go down that way again. Yep, I'm happy with that. Push it down. Oh no, look, I've gone over that side. I'm having one of those days today. Never mind. Oh well. Now this bit here, you could either pop the whole thing up on dimensionals with your sentiment on the top, or just pop up the sentiment. I think I'm going to pop up the whole piece. So I'll stamp my sentiment in some, what have they got? Oh, they've used a pinky colour, have they? They've used that one. That is the, where is it? It's on my table somewhere. It's called Floaty Flamingo. Over here somewhere. Here it is. I've got all the little ink spots for these ones. Stamp please, stamp please. Now I'm going to clean this first because I haven't used them yet, so I've just wiped them on my chamois has been cleaned today. Believe it or not. Look at that. They certainly are handmade, not mass produced. Yeah, I like the DSP ID. You get 5 packets. It's a lot of sheets of DSP, and they're normally $20 each, so you get $100 worth of DSP for free. Excellent. Do you remember what you put in your starter kit, Jill, when you got one? I'm just going to stamp "You Are Amazing." Okay. That's my "You Are Amazing." And I'm going to stick that. I might just use a bit of Tombow this time. You can't remember now? I can't either. I got Christmassy stuff because I joined in August the year before, and I got lots of fun Christmassy things. I like those Christmas things. Well, I actually like a lot of this stuff. I'm enjoying making things, that's for sure. And last week when we played with those artistry ones, I hope you saw my posts I put up afterwards, because I finished the cards and had a lot of fun with them. That little note card, I'll get that out. It's just sitting here. This one, I really love the way that turned out. I just put the ink onto the stamp, the black. I used the black marker that I've got. I've got the Stampin' Up marker, and just put it onto the stamp in a few spots and stamped it down. It's lovely. Really happy with that. And it just feels so nice. Oh yeah, thanks. Oh, you're going to order that set? Yep. It certainly changes it once you see someone using it, doesn't it? Okay, I think that's enough little spots. Oh, I've put my bin too far away. Where is it? Oh, grab it. Put my little things off. Where's my take your pick tool? That might be quicker. I like that on these little ones. Just grab them off there. Just make sure you remember to get those middle ones off. I've done that before, and but I might add, this is very handy, and I got in underneath like this and I flicked the papers off. So that was a very handy little tool. Do you like my take your pick tool? Okay, what have we got here? You Are Amazing. Now, what have I forgotten to do? I've forgotten to tie my thread around that thing before I stuck it down. Oh well. We'll stick it somewhere else. Alright, let's see if we can get this one in the right spot. It's a bit hard because my head's not over the table like I normally work over the table. Yeah, it's crooked. And it probably won't come back up. I'm having one of those days today with my card making. Yes, it is coming back up. Look at that. Do you have those days? That's why I went with a card kit tonight. I thought this is a good idea. I really like the look of this. And it's all planned out for me. I don't have to think about it too hard. Except I missed that bit. Let's see if we can do something. Okay, so that was under this piece here. Oh, we might be able to get under there, look. Yep, look at that. I didn't put too much glue on it. Wasn't that lucky? And then I'll stick a bit in underneath. You have those days off. Doesn't matter, as long as we're having fun and enjoying it. And it brings joy to other people. I like doing that. I like sending cards, lightening someone's day. And I've got a little pen pal now, my granddaughter. She wants me to keep sending her cards, so I'm going to have to keep doing it. Oh, that one didn't work. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. Hang on a second. Got to go little bows. Right-oh. What have I done? Looking for the glue. Right, is that what they've got? Little bow? There we go. I think I'll go a little bit littler. Where to put that bit? I might leave that like that. They've sort of got it in the middle there. It's getting knotted up in my bling. I'm going to cut that one off. Alright, I think that looks alright. That's pretty cool. Yeah. What do we do next? Which one? What time is it? 9 o'clock. Aren't I roaring tonight? Well, the other thing I thought I might do is show you the Field of Flowers one that I included in my pretend starter kit. And that's that one. I'll just leave that there. Thing on the side. Now this one's a photopolymer stamp set, and I like this. I bought it because it's got a little dragonfly in it, and it matches in with the the Dandy Garden set. Like you could use it with that. And again, with this sort of thing, you can just use the catalogue. Sorry, you can use the catalogue to get some ideas, so I thought I'd try something similar to this tonight and do that one, but it'll be a little bit different to that, but almost similar. I've pulled out some card here, got some of this, I found a little extra piece like that, and off the top of my head I think that's mint macaroon, that colour. So we'll use that. Just got to cut my card. But this is something I included as part of a starter kit if you're interested in joining. The things I'm using tonight are all things you could include. That to the side. We'll just cut at that end and I usually do this down the bottom, but you won't be able to see me do it. So you've got to be very careful you don't use the blade instead of the scorer. What's that called? What's that thing called? I usually do my scoring down the bottom of the cutter so that I cut up that end and score down this end, just so I don't swap it around. But you know, the other day I did. I cut it in half. Never mind. Now I will also cut a bit of card, I think. Not sure what size yet. To go all the way across there. So that'll be, so this is scored at 10.5 centimetres. And I will just cut this one at 10.5. Just keep your little offcuts for something else you do. And I think, where's my stamps? Here it is. Always. Be like the always. You just take this piece off. They're changing these so that they won't come with this extra piece anymore, and there'll be the one that's got all the words on it will be inside the packet. So if you're buying stamps like this from now until May, they are slowly changing them over, so just be aware that that's happening. I'm just trying to work out how big I need this. So I'm just looking in the book. Okay, so they've got that there, and then we've got "You are always in my heart." You are. Oops, I get off my finger. Always in my heart. So that's how big we need it. And I'm not going to cut them with that on there. I'm just going to measure. Oh, that'll do. So I think if I go about, you want to go fairly close to the always. I think that'll do. Get these out the way. Try not to lose them. And we've got our little piece. If it's too big, I'll trim it back down again. Try and do them the right size though. Now these two are done onto the little piece, like this. Those two. Oh, in a minute. I'll just leave them over there. And the always is onto the white. I'll just find a block for that. I'll use this one. And again, I haven't used these yet, so I'm going to just clean them a little bit on my shimmy. Now, what colour did they stamp that? Let me have a look in the light. Let's have a look. I think that's the Pretty Peacock, the same as the background here. To get some of that ribbon out too. I can't fit that on my table while I'm doing this, so let's find my ribbon. And try not to throw it in the garbage bin. One fell in. Use that like this. Got some of that. Or you could use twine as well. That's what just fell off the table. But I'll get this one out. Try and keep the place tidy, but you know, it gets a bit crazy when I stamp. I just get buried under things. Right, I'm going to turn that sideways a little bit like that to fit it onto my ink pad, and I'm going to stamp on here tonight. Woohoo, look at that. Always. Oh, that stamps nicely. Lovely. Lovely. Alright, so it goes up a little bit higher so that the "In My Heart" can go underneath it. So we'll just do that one. I'm trying to center it. I'm going to just go about there. Just push it down. grab it off. That's lovely, isn't it? Lovely. And then the other ones are in the same colour. I'll just peel it off and put it back in its box because I don't want to lose it. Right, he's back in his box, back in your box. And then we need these ones. I'm going to do one at a time. What have I got there? Alright, I'll just stamp it first and see how... Oh, that's okay without cleaning it. Now we want that on this colour, and then we're going to cut it. I'll just turn that over. Just do one. Doesn't matter where I do it. Stick it there, trim it down. Oh, that's so cute. I really like this stamp set. I've made a couple of other cards with it. I love the way these stamp. Maybe I have cleaned them before. You are. You are in my heart always. I just like all the different combinations you can do with them. In my heart, if I go across here, I can then just slice that off. Here we go. Back in the packet. They're so little, those stamps. Don't want to lose them. Alright, we need that out still. So I'll just pop them over here. We'll cut that up in a minute. And then on my card, so this is just a really simple card. I'm just going to stamp across here with, I need my big stamp again, my big block. Oh. Right. Lay that down on the table. Is this big enough? Do I need my bigger one? I might need a bigger one out, I think. Where's my big one? So this one's a H, and that's one of the suggested blocks with this kit, if you were purchasing extra things. And the block D was this one that I was using before. That's the suggested one. But I looked at the different sizes of the stamps when I was looking at that, and I thought, well, you could probably fit that on all of them anyway. You might need the other one for that, but I think you could do it if you go that way. So that's why I suggested just getting the one block. I'll just get my stamp on my block. Now this is going to be tricky for me. It's always tricky at this angle. Alright, get my bone folder. Where have I just hid it? Yeah, here it is. It's okay. Here it is. This is my Fiona one. We got these off Mandy this year. Last year, I should say. That was our gift for on stage. Now this is Crumb Cake Card. Called. So I'm actually going to work out where I want this, because this goes here somewhere, and it doesn't matter where as long as I work it out. So if I wanted it higher, put it there. On theirs, they look like they've got it in the middle. So I'm going to get my pencil out. I'll draw a line. Oh, going to draw lines tonight. Oh yeah, let's get serious. Just put the ink there for a second so I don't get it all over me. Now, if you wanted to, you could use your grid paper. And what are we up to? 5. There's 5 and 11 down the. I'm on the inches side. Sorry. 5. So I'm just centering it between the 5 and 11 with the 8 in the middle. And I'm going to work out that I want a stamp. I want them to stick out like that. So if I put the bottom of the stamp on this line and this line, and I'm going to actually draw a line because it's going to be underneath that sentiment thing, so you won't see it. And if it wasn't, then you could just line the stamp up with the grids on the paper there. This way, it doesn't matter if I move the card. Otherwise, you'd have to stamp very carefully. And I just moved it. You know, you'd have to stamp very carefully with your grid. Probably do it that way though. I just did it that way so I could see it easily with the camera over my head. Otherwise, you could look at it that way and line it up on a grid line. So I'm going to stamp this one up here and then upside down along here and work out what is on my stamp. Hang on. Something's on there. A little bit of fluff. I'll just clean that. And I'm going to do a stamp first on my paper. So I'm just going to go across like this and try and hold it very flat. You can see through it so you know if you've got enough ink on it, or you can turn over and look at it. I need a bit more there. And of course the other thing to do if you wanted to do this on your stamp apparatus so that you can re-ink and position it in exactly the same spot. But tonight I'm not going to. I'm just going to practice. Make my paper pretty tonight. Look at that. Ooh, ooh, like it. Do like this. It's good, isn't it? And I love this colour too. Did a lot of Christmas cards last year with this colour. Okay, so I'm just looking, I'm looking for my line. I think I can see it, so I'll just go off either end a little bit. Push it down. There we go. And I might just turn that around that way instead of turning the stamp upside down. Okay, that looks pretty good. And just holding it with these fingers and looking through the stamp block. I'll give it a good press, lift it. I went a tiny bit off, but it doesn't matter because we've got little things out everywhere. That's okay. Wow, I like that. It's all pretty. Right, I think we can close our stamp pad now. Unless you wanted to stamp something inside your card, which a lot of people are doing these days. What could we put in there? Let's have a look. Let's put one in there just for the fun of it. What about, let me see. Front looks like that. I could put it across the bottom. A bit of this just across the bottom of the card when you open it. Or let me have a look. What do you think? What do you think, Jill? Anyone else there? Anyone got any ideas? Which one would you put inside the card? Just to give it a bit of extra something. I mean, there is a flower there as well, but I wasn't going to use that for this. Because I might use the little dragonfly. Might have to put him on somewhere while you're thinking about that. Across the bottom. Right down the bottom or up a little bit. Where's my stamp block? Let me find a block for my little dragonfly. Across the bottom. I'm going to dragonfly somewhere. I think I'll dragonfly over here. Wondering whether to do a second thingy dragonfly. No, I'll do the first one. What'd you say? I'm just going to do a little dragonfly there. That's cute. I could put a dragonfly inside. Right down the bottom won't matter if it's not perfectly straight. Yes, that's what I was thinking. I'll leave my dragonfly there. Let's get a little stamp again. And I think I'll just lay that as flat as I can. Okay, we go down a little bit. Give it a good push. There we go. Look at that. Lovely. Lovely. If you really want to, you can snazz up an envelope as well, but I'm not going to do that right now. I haven't got one handy. Didn't get one out. And what about a little dragonfly? Yeah, I do too. I spotted it when I was going, you know, I totally missed it the first time, and I was going through the catalogue and I found it. And I went, ah, that's perfect. Oh, I missed his tail, look. Look at how I missed his tail. Oh well. If I can match his tail up, let's try. Yeah, I'll give it a go, but I've got to get right over the top of it. It's a little bit off. Oh well. Get my pen out and fix that up. It's a handmade card, isn't it? Yeah, marker. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. My thoughts, Jill. Right. Bought this little box. Look. It's little drawers, and I got all my markers in there. There it is. Look. And I keep the colours on the markers too, like this. So I remember what sets they go in. See? And these ones. That's an old set. I was writing on them, but that was a bit messy, so I put the colours inside. Very handy. Here's my marker. I'm going to use the fine tip end. Done. Done. There we go. All fixed. It's not quite as thick and thin as the other one, but never mind. Never mind. There we go. Now, that's the little card, and I've just got to trim this off. I think I'll just use my snips for this. And just cut them quite close. Of course, you can use your little mini trimmer if you've got one. But I'm just going to hand cut it. Let's go along there. This one, and lovely. Whoops. Just trim that one a bit closer there. And cut yourself. A little bit tricky. Let's go this way. I like going the other way so I can see it. That's fine. Okay, now we're going to stick this on. I might be trimming a little bit off here first, so I'll just stick these on, I think, and then have a look at it. You are, it's about there. Always in my heart. This goes there. And I'm going to use a tiny bit of Tombow. Tiny bit of Tombow. This is really cute. Just need a little bit. Always in my heart. Right. So I'll keep that out. I might use that. Let me have a look at it. Let's have a look at it. How straight are we? Pretty good? I'm pretty good with that. I think it's okay. Now the question is, do I need to trim a little bit more off here, I think. Just off that bottom bit there. Just going to pop that in there. I think I'll be coming to about there. So I'm looking at the line here. I guess the other way is to go across like that. Put something over it so you can see where it is. So I think it needs to come down a tiny bit more. And just to see how low it's going to be. That looks all right. Turn that off. Over here. See, that other light one looks quite nice, doesn't it? Stamped off. It's actually turned out the same colour. And we'll just stick it on. I'm going to use some of my liquid glue. I like the liquid glue. It's easy, depending on what you're doing, of course. But for this one, I think that's fine. I'm just going to try and make sure I've got it centered. Should be the same width as my card, I hope. It's right on the edge there. That's lovely, isn't it? Now they've got a bit of this ribbon. Just get my bits off the table. Little bits everywhere. Now we're just going to finish off with this one. So this is what it looks like in the catalogue. This one. They've done a different shaped card altogether. So I'm just going to, what have they done? Trying to see what they've done. Actually, they might have tied it around it. I can't really tie it around it. I'll tie the card shut. I'll just tie it in a bow and stick it along there, along the top there. Yep. Let's go. Let's do another bow. Who likes tying bows? A saw a little bow tie thing with two little sticks on it, and you move the sticks and the pegs, and you can hi Athena, that's okay. We're just playing with card making. Yeah, I saw a little bow tie thing, and it's got sticks in it, and you move them along the pegs for the different size bows you want to make, but I haven't got one. Right, so we're going to put that there. So you know what, I don't even know if I'll tie it up around the top. I might leave it loose. I like loose tails. Let's grab a blue dot. We've already made this one over here, Athena. We used the You Are Amazing card kit today. And I've been talking about what I'd put into a starter kit if someone wants to join. I've got some sample lists if anyone wants them. And this is all in the sample kit I've suggested. I'll just put that there. It's a bit different to the one in the book, but that's okay. It's good to be different. I love it when this stuff curls like this. Cut it there. Look at that. I love it. I might just do that one a tiny bit shorter there. I like that one long. I'll leave that long. There we go. Oops, the daisies dropped the ribbon. Never mind. Having one of those nights tonight. Never mind. Oh well. We're just having fun and making cards and enjoying ourselves. Leave a few things off the table. Okay. Right. Well, that's about it. So I'll show you what else was in the catalogue with that one. Look, I've even stamped my paper tonight, Athena. You lost me, did you? Oh dear. It's no good. I'm still here. So there's other suggestions in here that you can make as well with this set. I haven't actually got the punch with the flowers, but you can get it as a bundle, and it comes with a border punch with these little flower punches that you can then add the flowers onto those bits. But I haven't got those. Just got the stamp set. Right, well that just about wraps it up. I'll just put this on the table for a second to show you what I did. So the starter kit idea I had, if anyone wanted to join Stampin' Up at the moment, while the sale, well anytime, but especially now while the Sale-A-Bration is on, because you can get extra products for free, some paper. And this is my suggestion at the top here. And then I've got this suggestion here is part of the whole kit. And if you didn't want this part, you could put this part in instead. And I've just added them all up. You have a few dollars over here and there. And if you change one or two things, you can always go to the clearance rack. The cheapest thing on the clearance rack tonight was $3.10, I think. So you can, fill it up a little bit with a clearance rack item. And then I've got a couple of other suggestions over here. So there's another kit I'll get out next week, the Hello Dear Friends kit. That comes with all the things in there, the stamps as well as an ink spot. So you don't have to buy extra inks, but I've still decided if I did it as a starter kit, I'd include the Stampin' Spots, because I think they're really good value, that little Stampin' Spot set. You get 8 colours in it, which is really great. You don't get all the colours that are in this kit, but you get similar. There's enough there to play with it if you didn't want to get the extra, these colours tonight that I had. And then I did one with like the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, because that's $104, and you could get a little embossing folder, this stamp set, this one, beautiful flower stamp set, the ink spots, the basic white note card and envelopes, and some glue. So I haven't included any ribbon or anything, but the other thing I was looking at today as well, if you were to join and do that, just keep your quarterly minimums up for the first quarter at least. There is an option. I've just written in my notebook, but you probably don't want to see that. It's all scribbly. What I would suggest is put your starter kit order in if you're going to join and get the benefits of joining and the extra paper. And then for your next order in February, to keep your minimums up, if you spent the $270, you get 3 Sale-A-Bration items. So that's pretty exciting. So you could get 3 Sale-A-Bration items in that next order. You don't get Sale-A-Bration items with your starter kit. That's a separate thing. You do get the free paper at the back, but you don't get the other items for spending money on a starter kit. You buy your starter kit, get the free paper, and then buy something else and to get other items. Okay, so there's all the items, and I did show all those in my little video yesterday as well. Went through the whole catalogue. I won't bore you with that again now, but it's also on the website if you wanted to look through it, or I'm happy to send you a hard copy if you're in Australia and talk to you about that further. So for every $90 you spend, you get to choose one of those free items out of there. Okay, so that's me for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. Or I'm popping in later, that's fine. And I'll catch up with you again next week. So I'll have the other kit next week, the Hello Dear Friends kit, and we'll have a play with that. Okay, ciao.